So today we are looking at Final Smurf's account. He is more of an endgame account, so we're gonna have a little bit more fun, and we might be going a little bit harder on him compared to the other people. He wants work on Blood Berserker and Vman damage specifically, so let's take a look at the count and see if we can boost up that damage by a little bit. Starting off, let's take a look at the Vman. What we're doing is obviously going to look at skills, because skillage damage is where you get majority of the damage for Vman, and as you can see right here, he has 113, 107, 106, 135, 117, 101, 112, and 327, but he has a level 84 trapping. So that means he is missing out on 20 levels of skillage damage, which is a huge, huge, sad moment. So, for Vman, get skills to level 100 for World 1 to World 3. You're missing out on literally so much damage percent just from that simple thing. Now let's take a look at talents here. We want to take down to the Vman, of course. So he's got 245 on Sharpened Axe. That's a really big one. He needs to get 245 on Lucky Clover. There'll be another one, 245 on Guild Stamp. That's good. And then let's take a look at the next one. Okay, got that one. Cool. He's got the Lucky Hit. Perfect. Fluky Fabrics. Fluky Fabrics needs to be at 245. Moving on to the next one. We have Triple Jab. Perfect. Skillage damage is only at 233. You want that at 245. So you want to definitely get that up. That will help even more. And also, Clever Obols, you got that going perfect. Blissed Chips, you love to see that. And then Vman. And with the quad jab. And I mean, you do have power up going on that, but that doesn't really matter all that much. Voodoo Statification is a huge one for damage, and you'll see why. So you want to get all those three to 245 at least. And you'll see why you want to get those 245 very, very shortly. And I'm pretty sure most of the people in chat in here understand why you want that. When it comes for the other ones, obviously, skilling doesn't really matter that much. So we will move on from that. Prayers, I mean, obviously, a big running Fiber of Absence is going to nerf your damage to the ground. So take that off. You don't need that, okay? I don't know who thought, how do I increase damage? You run Fiber of Absence? Said no one ever, okay? So you can go ahead and take that off, and boom, there you go. Job's done. You have a huge amount of damage, 88.5% to be exact. So definitely take that off. I don't know why it needs that. Okay, moving on to, okay, so right here, take off skills. You got the Luckier Lad, that's not too bad. Time Candy, -7 keychain, that doesn't really matter. You could get more gold kebabs for more damage, that'll help up greatly. Cold Seeker Bullet, you're missing speed pots. Speed pots, I'm taking a guess that you do not have 350%. So you do not have 350%, or yeah, 350%. You're not really hitting max speed that you need to be hitting. Crackled Skull, you could replace this with a Divine Scarf. Getting Divine Scarf is going to be much better. You have the Emperor Obols, that's good. Divine, just across the board, great. Double-barreled Splicer, okay, that's fine. And I mean, the Serrated Rex Rings could be changed out with Opals. Same with this as well, but I'm pretty sure these are on the skilling presets. How's the post office looking? We have the post office. You have everything. Everything's max. You're working on Myriad Crib. Okay, that looks fine. Chips. For your chips you're looking at, good. Okay, that's good. You need that one. That one's fine. Ideal. Yes, you are missing. You don't want these two. You could replace these two for, I believe it would be, if I'm correct, you would want you have the top left keychain, you want the trophy one, the necklace one, so you still need the trophy, and you also would probably need, I can't remember the other chip. Well, let me come back to that. I don't remember what the other chip is, but I will definitely come back to that. So once you got that, prayers, obviously, let's take off Fiber of Absence. That's a bad one. You don't want that one. There's a big damage reduction. If you didn't know, I thought I just mentioned that. Let's head over to the account here. I mean, this is pretty insane, to be honest. This is pretty gross. So you have all Onyx statues. That's great. Your shrines are working good. Bubbles are all in it to win it. The one thing I notice is your frogless. That's just a big L ratio. Being frogless is almost as bad as being maidenless. Kind of feels bad. Maybe one day you'll get out of the frogless gang, but until that point, I mean, you have everything else. You even have Dude, but you just don't have a frog. We just have to say that's just -1 frog in the lifestyle there. Let's go over to your stamps. You have 8,500. Okay, and you're missing out on a ton of stuff here, champ. You also have stuff as in Sieve Sword and Diamond Axe stamp, Dementia Sword. You have all these stamps, but they could be so much higher. So let's get to 10,000, okay? 10,000 average stamp level. Focusing on combat as much as possible. Want to get that as soon as possible. Okay, so anyways, as I was saying, sorry about that. So definitely want to get up to the 10K. 10K average, focusing on combat. Moving on to this, bubbles. And this is where it all makes sense. Now, of course, you see it, I see it, we all see it. Focus everything on Quick Slap. Quick Slap is going to be massive for you, because if you don't know, ever since the update for the Onyx statue, it made it so movement speed makes it so this scales tremendously. If you're seeing people with quadrillion damage, it's because of Quick Slap. And especially when you're at this point when you do have food effect. If we go back to your account and go back to general, we take a look at here, you have 375% food effect. So while you're at it, farm beastie statues. You want to get this up to at least like 1,000, okay? But since you have it all like that, you can see how hard it is. You already have it at 225, which is already really high, okay? So it's good. So you're getting insane amounts of food effect. And also, if you also get Voodoo statification up there as well, you're going to get even more because it wasn't at 245. So then once we go back to the bubbles, that will scale this tremendously, because the more movement speed you have above 110%, the more you get. Sub audio. And of course, you're missing out at very key bubbles. You are also missing Power of Try 1. Power of Try 1, Try 2, and Try 3. These are all super big bubbles, just like Crystal Stake. And you only have it at 74% potency. You should be focusing on getting this to at least 85%. So you're missing out of 11% of its max amount. This is definitely something. And also, while you're at it, you want to level up your Severe Purples, Perma Green, Multi Orange. And on top of that, you also got Archer of Bust, Mage's Best, and Warrior's Rule. You could also get that up to 950 if you want even more multipliers. But your main problem of why you're not getting enough damage is simply because of Quick Slap. I guarantee you, you spend every day using your Boron, putting into Quick Slap. By the time World 6 comes around, you'll have too much damage. And yes, that's a thing, chat. You can have too much damage. Quickly took a look at the Cauldrons, all 170, looking good, looking great, bought all that stuff. Level 13 vials, great, seems to... You need Ball Joe Pickle. Ball Joe Pickle is going to be a huge one for you. Why? Because, I mean, hey, it's completionist. You want to get that. It's something that's going to be good for you, you know? Definitely don't want to stop out of that whatsoever. And you do have level 2, which is pretty good. And also moving on to World 3, where the next big damage boost is matching skims. You have 23 out of 23, so you have very, very big on that as well. You'll love to see that. Buildings are all looking good. You're working that, going that. Death Note. Eclipse Skulls, basically, I mean, finish off your Eclipse Skulls, of course. This is also going to be huge. Finish off Eclipse Skulls. No red hat either? Well, that's easy. Red hat Oso. Get that going. You want that ASAP Arena. Obviously, if you want, you know. And I mean, you got basically all of this done. Oh, dude, get beefy. I mean, you could do 121 in Frosty Firefight. I don't understand why you wouldn't. Yeah, just get better drop, dude. Just you know, just throw your wallet at it. You'll eventually get it. Okay, so of course, you know, like I said before, take off Fiber of Absence. There's no reason you should be having that. How's your cooking looking for meals? Right off the get-go, let's take a look here. We are looking for Massive Fig. You have it at level 39. Ooh, your cooking is a huge issue. So your cooking is only at 40. Okay, so juicing cooking is going to be your next go-to. Let's take a look. Time to 60. We have 300. Ooh, okay. All right. See, time here. So you have a bunch here that you can upgrade right off the get-go. You have 12 here. You got 38 here. You got 49 here. Are all your plates level 30? All your plates should be level 30. Yes, they are. That is going to be huge for you, especially for things such as the Atom Collider. Let's take a look here. Is your Boron max? Your Boron is max. So put everything into Quick Slap. That'll save your life 110 folds. Damage Neon, don't need about that. Leveling up your Diamond Chef or Void Plate Chef. Void Plate Chef will also equal into more damage. Equal more damage for plates. Because higher level, higher number, equal better person. Remember that. Okay. And then as that gets going, you'll get more damage percent, have that cook in. And also, if you want to have that even better as well, if we take a look at your talents here, take off here and take off here, and we go to your talents and we head over here, you only have 100 on Blood Marrow. This is where you're really, really falling short of your cooking speed. We're adding this to a Blood Marrow. I don't think you understand how potent Blood Marrow is. I guarantee you get Blood Marrow to 245 and you upgrade your Fluoride Chef a couple more times, you're going to just see your cooking go from this to this really, really quickly. And you're going to be using like 1 ladle per thing, dude. It is so gross. Like, unbelievably gross. Trust me. Chat knows. And I'd also working on getting your place to getting all characters 500. It's just something to get done. And then obviously let's take a look at sailing. Let's take a look at your artifacts. All of them are, I mean, they're done. I mean, there's no reason. I mean, obviously you're a Doot Enjoyer. You have those done. Okay. This is what I'm going to give you for now. This should be more than enough time before World 6. So, things to do for damage. We basically didn't have to look at everything else because this is what you need to focus on. And this won't only help your Vman damage, this will help all your characters' damage. Okay? So for Vman, get skills to level 100. You're missing a lot on skillage damage because you do not have those at level 100. So get your nature traps, hard farm your trapping. Fluky fabrics, skillage damage, voodoo statification, and blood marrow should be all 245. No excuses. Take off Fiber of Absence. There's no reason you need that. You're losing like 88% damage. You're wondering why you're struggling for damage. You're frogless. L ratio. Get better. 10k average stamp level, focusing on combat. Things like Dementia Sword, things like Steve's Sword, things like base damage swords, Scimitar Stamp, stuff like that. Focus everything on Quick Slap. Hard farm Quick Slap. Hard farm Quick Slap. It will always scale higher and higher and higher. Farm feces statues. In your meantime, build up that food effect. So then just makes Quick Slap even more potent because you're going to be running only speed pots. Once you start leveling up Quick Slap, you're literally going to be running nothing else other than grilled cheese sandwiches for golden food and speed pots. Power try 1, try 2, and try 3. Get it to 80% or 90%, whatever you feel like doing. It doesn't take a lot to get there. It's going to give you a lot more damage, just like Crystal Steak. Ball Joe Pickle, red hat. Everybody knows if you have the red hat, you look cooler and you get an extra 10% damage because when you look cool, you get 10% damage buff to drip. Finish off Eclipse Skulls. We want to get Eclipse Skulls done because this is a multiplicative damage percent, so you want to get that going. Void Plate Chef. You want to get this going, which is the fluorine atom equals more damage for plates because higher number equals better person. And finally, once you're done all that, get all characters to level 500. Good luck, my dude. Happy grinding, and stop being so frogless.